And here we go back for game number 2 of the day. This is Ponchatoula, the Lady Wave, and Quitman, the Lady Wolverines, getting set to do battle. Brenna Lampkin will be out in the circle for this Quitman team. This game is brought to you by Rachel Shively, clerk of court here in Jackson Parish. And, of course, the tournament all weekend long is brought to you by DHT Specialties. But we did have folks step up and help us get here for this broadcast so that we don't have to charge pay-per-view or any of that. And we appreciate clerk of court Rachel Shively. And she is running for clerk of court once again. You'll see her around and about, but we appreciate the work that she does on this one. Getting ready to get things going. First pitch was set for 6 o'clock. This is a 6:15 start is what it looks like, and we will get things going for you here momentarily. First pitch in there as a strike, and we're underway. And look, 15 minutes late. I ain't mad at that early on. Second pitch from Lampkin fouled straight back and quickly. 0-2. We'll get a look inside at our shaky camera from the fence there. Ponchatoula Lady Wave head coach Jeremy Harper, big friend of the program, and we appreciate that one. The first one that misses out and off the plate. This is Peyton Lancaster that strides in, batting from the left side for the Lady Wave. And Lampkin will rock back and fire this one. Swung on and missed and down, and that is the first Sabine State Bank strikeout of the evening. You see him work it around. Congratulations to Emma Jackson. She is our very first LV5 K5. Let's start that over. She's our very first LV5K. And let's get that down and posted for us so we can have it. Getting that one way back. And over the fence, and that is gone. I'm telling you, just continues to go do work. That is Abby Dagro that goes yard with that one. And this part of the lineup, 2, 3, 4, 5, they just keep coming at you. That one is gone and back. Abby Dagro, you'll see Abby goes yard with that around. This part of the lineup, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is a 1-0 They just keep coming at you. That one, guess we'll have to get that game reset. Get that. Forgot that we were keeping that for you too, but this will bring Lily Verga to the plate. Lily, one of our 2026 Pelican State Rising Stars, All-Stars, and she takes that one off the front hand and is going to make her way down. Umpire saying that it hit the knob of the bat, and Lily's saying, I don't think it did. But they'll call that a foul ball. And she is visibly in pain, and Coach Harper is not pleased with that at all. Saying, look, can you get a little help down here? And that's all that you want is these guys to talk about it and discuss it and just figure things out, but you won't often see a call like that overturned. Saying that it hit the knob of the bat. And so 0-2. Looking at that Ponchatoula lineup for you as Lampkin makes this pitch. It's the 0-2 pitch, comes in, swung on and missed. Well, that makes it the 0-2 pitch. There you go, don't rush things. Lancaster the leadoff. Dagro there in the circle. Boy, she is going to be a good one. This is going to be a great matchup. Verga, you see, batting in the 3 spot. Demi Sanchez would be next. Rael Wheat batting fifth. Kylie Darby there, the designated player. Faye Boheim there at second base. Avea Nobles at shortstop, and that one is fouled off and back. Marley Blackwell in left field, and Callie DeLatte is the catcher and the flex tonight in this one. So that'll give you an idea. The lineup we will catch up with. That one lifted foul and out of play. No arena ball, so it's not. Boy, that sun getting to this point in the day has really made it nice. It has cooled off, and you'll see a different look on our camera as it adjusts to the evening. Swung on and missed, and that is pretty good at bat, but it turns into Sabine State Bank strikeout number 1. 1-0, the lead here in the top of the first for Ponchatoula. Abby Dagro home run. Swung on and missed. Good job of taking something off of that one to Sanchez. Demi Sanchez will play first base and back cleanup in this lineup. There you get a good look in. She'll rock back and deliver this one. The lefty catches the outside corner for strike 1. Well, most folks getting settled in, and it's 1-0 already. That is another $10 donation. Straight back it goes. Have you joined in and been a part of what we're doing here with Home Runs for Hope this weekend? We hope you do. There's QR codes all around the ballpark. They'll be here all day tomorrow, and they're on the Quitman site and on our Facebook page as well. But we have stepped up and are donating $10 for every home run hit in this tournament. That is $30 that we're in. Across the diamond it goes. And Guyot across for the out. Great to talk to Coach Jeremy Duplantis of Hanville a little earlier. There's nobody left on. We move to the bottom half of the first when we come back. And we are back here. Let's take a look around the defense. In left field, Marley Blackwell. In center field, Rael Wheat. In right field, Peyton Lancaster. Over at third base, Nobles, is Verga is at third base. Nobles is at shortstop. Second base is Bohem. I'm going to get corrected on that, I can tell you that. And over at first base, Demi Sanchez, leadoff hitter, is Brenna Lampkin, and that one is skied down the line. And they're saying fair ball, but that's that was not Lampkin, by the way. That one down the line. Runner's going to come around and score. And they're waving Guyot around. Guyot's going to have an RBI triple, stand-up triple for Maggie Guyot. And that evens things up at a run apiece. And Hallie Kate Pullig will step in. One to one in this one following that ball that made it down. Guyot triples, and Hallie Kate will stand in. That scored Leach is who that was. And that comes in on the inside. And that's going to be a little check swing number. Guyot holds up. Now they'll fake the throwback towards third, and that is out number one. So a run apiece in this one. Have base hit down. Sonia to the plate. The Ponder correction. Kinsley Ponder. She homered in the game that we saw at Grant in the first inning. She hit one down the line about as far as we've seen. She's the catcher for this Quitman team. That one lifted high and foul and out of play. That'll be a ball and 2 strikes. One down. We play in the bottom of the first. It got a little cloudy out here. As, again, that cool front is making its way in. We don't expect there to be any rain out of it here at the Quitman Tournament. Brought to you by DHT Specialties. This game for Quitman brought to you by Rachel Shively, Clerk of Court. We appreciate Rachel Shively and what she does for Jackson Parish as the Clerk of Court and helping us bring you Quitman Ponchatoula on a beautiful Friday afternoon in March. That one bounces up. It's going to get away. Guyot will come around to score. And so Guyot with a triple, and she comes around on the wild pitch, and the early lead that was given by that Dagro home run is now gone. It's 2-1, and a full count in to Ponder. Ponder takes that one low, and she'll make her way down to first base as well. So Dagro has not really got into what we've seen her do. Quitman back-to-back state champions in Class B. Callie Deal was a senior they lost last year that gone on to LSU to pitch. But look, this Quitman team not missing a beat at all. Game 2 of 3 on the evening. 2-1 Quitman leads Ponchatoula. Dagro will look in, get the sign. Cocks that arm up a lot like we've seen a lot of pitchers do. That one is fouled back and behind us. 0-1 to Lampkin. Now Brenna Lampkin does step in. Settle in for a good one here, and we'll keep you up to date on what's going on around as well. Again, congratulations. That one misses up and out of there. Let's see about getting that one. Lampkin will try to add a little bit to the total. Quitman leads this one 2-1. Stolen base attempt, and it is there. Good work getting down. The throw came out pretty good, but unable to get Davis, who is the pinch runner that is in there. Hallie Kate playing second base. It's not a courtesy. It's a pinch runner, and they'll reinsert Pullig back into the lineup. That one right up the middle. A stolen base and a base hit, and they're going to have a play right here at the plate. Sliding in, not in time, and Davis is there, but the throw is cut off in the middle of the field, and that keeps Lampkin over at first base, and a good job by Brenna Lampkin helping her own cause, and it's 3-1. Home runs for Hope weekend. Get off the shaky camera. Why don't we do that for a minute? And that was not Nick. Nick's got the steady one up here. You see that wind, and that's what it's doing is the wind. That's why we didn't just put the tripod up out there. But Bowers will stand in now. Dagro rocks back and delivers here. That one bounces low and misses. Straight back it goes. Good hack at it. That one lifted sky high left field. It is gathered in for the second out, and of course being there, that'll keep the runner at second. So Bowers flies out to left field. So the fly out there, and that will bring strike two there. And Zoe Williams steps in. Good job by Williams to lay off of that. A lot of times those 0-2 pitches you want to hack at just trying to protect. That one just dinked over the head of the first baseman, but was going to go foul. Jackson. She went 3 for 3 with a home run. And 4 runs scored in that win over Sterlington earlier. That one misses off the plate, and 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, I am Doug with 446 Sports, and we're delighted that you are here with us today. That one misses, and that is ball 4, and that'll put runners at first and second. In that 8-3 win. Emma Jackson 3 for 3, 4 runs scored, an RBI, a walk. Here we'll be naming our player of the game here. That one is taken for strike 1. That one misses there, and that'll even things up at a ball and a strike. Getting settled in wherever you are. This is Ponchatoula, the Lady Wave, out of that North Shore area, and Sterlington earlier, and Quitman, the homestanding Quitman. Quitman will be on this field all 3 games. Hahnville will be back here tomorrow as well. We've got some battles on this field. A lot of teams playing all around us. There are 4 fields in action today and tomorrow. Field 4 is loaded with some good ball games. That one is just poked over to the right side, go to drop, and that will load the bases up. A little bit of station-to-station action going on here. And this is going to be the 9th player to bat in this inning. Dagro would like to get out of this one right here. That was the base hit from Watson. And it'll get Newton to the plate. Newton swings through that one for strike 1. Newton, again, we told you, the 9th to bat this inning. And again, look, I know it's 3 runs, but if you only give up 3 runs by going through the lineup, then that means you've left something out. Dagro not happy with that one. Thought that she had the strike. Ball and a strike here. 2 down. We play bottom of the first. 3-1. You see it on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. This game brought to you by Clerk of Court for Jackson Parish, Rachel Shively. That one fouled back into the fence, and it'll be a ball and 2 strikes. Lancaster waiting on deck. Correction, no, she's not. Leach is waiting on deck. Leach is 1 for 1 with an RBI. And all she's done since she came back from her injury, which you see the knee brace on her on deck if you're looking, she's just been hitting the ball a ton. Got inserted into the top of the lineup, and what a difference maker she has been. That one off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Dagro struggling here in this inning. We start to see the Chips of Chappelle make their way in. That's another big game coming up tonight. Dagro blows that one by, and that will do it. Sabine State Bake strikeout leaves the bases loaded, but the damage was done. 3 runs by Quitman in the bottom half of the first. Brenna Lampkin and company back out onto the field when we return. Again, today's Quitman game brought to you by Jackson Parish Clerk of Court, Rachel Shively. Rachel Shively, make sure that you see her out and about tonight. You thank her for being able to bring you Quitman softball on this beautiful, beautiful Friday night. Starting to cool things off is that wind here, and ready to get things going in the second inning. We'll change it so the folks here are happy, and we'll change it. We've already changed it with you guys at home, so back to work we go. Swing and a miss, that one on the outside from Lampkin, and that is going to be Rael Wheat that steps in. Wheat the center fielder here for Coach Harper. That one lifted over towards third and gets into the fence. Guyot will give chase and get it back in. You can see considerably more wind blowing than there was earlier, and that's playing havoc on that camera view from center field. I want to thank Paradise Funeral Home for helping with our arrangements tonight. We will be our travel arrangements taken care of by the folks at Paradise Funeral Home, and that is another strikeout from Lampkin. And that is out number one here in the top of the second. Big supporters of Jackson Parish and Quitman, and he's going to be around tomorrow for the St. Jude's donation. St. Jude's will be out tomorrow. We've got a representative locally that is coming in to take pictures. He'll have some goodies for you, and he will be able to tell you a little bit more about the research that St. Jude does. And he's going to have that banner here. You can get a picture in front of it too. Lampkin rocks back and fires this one, and that off-speed stuff is just nasty. That is Sabine State Bank strikeout number 2 of the inning. And quickly 2 up and 2 down as Darby goes down on strikes, and that is going to bring Bohem to the plate. Boihem takes that one on the outer half of the plate for strike 1. And Lampkin has found her rhythm. And, you know, we've talked about it takes a little bit longer for pitchers to get accustomed to that. It looks like Lampkin has come out and settled in pretty quickly in this one. Wind starting to blow out. We see that. And when we first got here around 1 o'clock, there wasn't a bit of wind blowing at all. But, again, it's going to be probably 30 degrees cooler tomorrow morning than it was today. So be prepared for that. That one lifted down the right field line. And the play is made out there. It is caught. You don't see it as it's behind the tree, but they get up and they go out and show some love to Lancaster, who goes and gets that one. That will retire the side for Ponchatoula in the top half of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Due up. We'll see if they have it in here. We told you it is Leach, Guyot, and Pullig when we come back. Abby Dagro back out for her second inning of work here against this Quitman lineup that batted through, and so it will be Leach that leads things off. Anna Claire Leach came back from that injury we told you about and has done nothing but hit the softball in her return. Dagro rocks back and fires this one and misses low. And let's take a look at that first inning of work from Abby. 4 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout through 31 pitches. That one made her 32nd. That one lifted high from Leach, giving chase back at shortstop, and it's dropped. And look at Leach just continue to hustle into second. She'll go head first there, and she'll stop, but I never saw her check up at all, and she was off and running the entire way. There you get a good look at that knee brace on her. May need some seasick medicine after that, but Maggie Guyot will step to the plate. Guyot, her senior project was to have a home run derby. That kind of exploded into having our home runs for hope this weekend, and we were proud to be a part of that off the plate. We have agreed to donate $10 for every home run that is hit to St. Jude's. We're 30 in so far that we know of. We don't know about what's happened on the other fields, but we're going to honor that for all of the other fields as well. We invite you to join along with us. Go to the Quitman Facebook page. You can find that QR code. That one lifted high. Left fielder giving chase. Pulls that down, and it is gloved, and they're going to so it got Leach was able to tag and head on over to third, so that's a sacrifice fly that moves her over, and Hallicate will step in. Pulig will face Dagro for the second time today. Hallicate 0-1 on the day. Takes that one in there for the strike. Guyot gave it a ride, unable to get it down in the outfield grass, and a good job of grabbing that one out in left field by Blackwell. So Leach, the runner at third. She had a lead off. There's that changeup. Boy, that changeup from Dagro was just a good one. If you're looking ahead at the game that we have tonight, it is Chappelle and West Monroe, and we told you that's going to be a good one. That's going to all the way across the diamond. Not in time. Hallicate able to get down there, and she does drive the run in. That is the fourth run of the game for Quitman. And Hallicate with an RBI and a 1-for-2 night. So we told you West Monroe and Archbishop Chappelle set to do battle next. That is going to be a good one. The number one team in Select Division 1 is Chappelle, the Chips. So Ponder will step back in. Hallicate stays out because she was substituted for in the first inning. That one up and out of the zone. Let's clear that off for you. Two balls, no strike here to Ponder. Runner at first base is Pulig. That ground ball up the middle, bobbled around there, and the defensive woes continue for Ponchatoula. And he'll get a courtesy runner in for his catcher, Ponder, who will reach on a fielder's choice. The error that is there, because they went the quick way. The error gets Pulig down to second base, pardon me. It's a second error to go along with 4 runs on 5 hits. And runners at first and second here. Brenna Lampkin back in. Brenna with a base hit and an RBI and rips that one down the line, and it's fair. One run is going to be able to come around. Hallicate is there. They're sending the courtesy runner across there, and Lampkin continues to swing a big stick. And that is already 6 runs across for Quitman, and we've only played in the second inning. Lampkin clears the bases, and Bowers, who is 0 for 1 now, will step in. Briley Bowers swings through that one, and strike 1. Boy, Lampkin on the day is having a good one. She's 2 for 2, 3 RBI, 2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. against one of the better teams in 5A in Ponchatoula, Lady Wave. Swung through that one and missed, and quickly behind 0-2. Boy, head coach Jeremy Harper, always a great one to talk to. He and Coach Justin Dodson of Quitman, the two coaches in this one, have graciously agreed, and that one is lifted foul, have graciously agreed to help us coach the All-Stars that are coming, the Pelican State Rising Stars All-Star softball game that is coming up May 26th and 27th at Louisiana Christian University. We'll have all the details and more of that as we start to gather in players. We expect to get 8 to 10 out of this weekend. Dagro rocks back those that change up, and it is there for strike number 3, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout, and that's just, I'm telling you, a nasty, nasty change of pace for out number 2. Let's work our way around and see what's going on around the league. Calvary and Pineville knotted up at 2 apiece. That one swung on there and strike 1. Baylor Bachhells has homered. Lauren Civils has homered. Kenzie Anderson, 11 strikeouts on the day through 6 innings. They moved to the 7th in that one in a game that is at Calvary. That strike is there. Chelsea Simpson having a pretty good day. Ava Moore has homered in that game with 2 RBI. And that came to give Pineville the lead in the top of the 3rd. So Calvary had to tie it up. Calvary was trailing in that one. Swung on and missed, and that will do it. Sabine State Bank strikeout number 2 of the inning. But a run comes across a couple of runs come across for Quitman. We move to the top of the 3rd. It is 6-1. Quitman leads this one. We'll be back for the action in the 3rd when we return. We're back here, top of the 3rd. We play. Ponchatoula needs to get something going here in this one. As we move to the 3rd inning, they trail at 6-1. Leading things off is Nobles. Nobles will step in. Down 0-1. Foul back and quickly. Lampkin ahead in the count 0-2 on Nobles. Nobles the shortstop here for Ponchatoula and the Lady Wave. What I love is the North Shore teams that have made it up here to North Louisiana to get some experience and see teams that they're not going to see normally. Guy out with a backhanded stab at it, gathers it in, but it was just foul. But nonetheless, a great play that will go down in the books is just a foul ball. Nobles will stand in to Lampkin. Lampkin ready to deliver the 0-2 once again. Oh, that little curveball there away from the right-handed batter was just was nasty, and that is out number 1 here in the top of the third. Let's take a look at the stats for Brenna Lampkin. 2 1/3 inning. You saw that 1 out here in the third there. 1 hit, 1 run. It was an earned one on that Abby Dagro home run back in the first inning. No walks, 5 strikeouts. And look, you as a coach, you think you can handle solo home runs. You just don't want a couple of walks or errors in front of that. And so far, this Quitman team has played well. Bunts that one back. Lampkin's got it. She's going to spin, fire, and got it over to Williams, and that'll be 2 up and 2 down quickly. And that will bring Marley Blackwell to the plate. Marley Blackwell representing the 9 spot here. That one up and away and misses. Ball and a strike here to Blackwell. Marley Blackwell trying to get on ahead of Lancaster and get the top of that order back up. Swings through and fouls that one back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Wind really starting to blow out here, too, and that's what's caused us to not go to that outfield camera as much. Swung on and missed, and that's another Sabine State Bank strikeout number 6 for Brenna Lampkin. Through there, we move to the bottom of the third when we come back. Back to work we go here, bottom of the third. I'm Doug Gann with 446 Sports alongside Nick Morrow. And we are at the 2026 DHT Specialties Quitman Tournament. Tonight's Quitman broadcast brought to you by Rachel Shively, Clerk of Court. You see that on your screen. We move to the bottom of the third inning we go. Keeping an eye on that Pineville Calvary game for you, too. They're in the bottom of the sixth. Calvary has a couple of runners on with nobody down, so we'll keep you posted on how that goes. And back at the top of the lineup, too, in that one. And leading things off in the bottom of the third is Peyton Lancaster. No, it's not. She doesn't play for them. See? There you go. How about that? Leading things off. It's Watson. See, it helps when I get the lineup correct. Watson's 1 for 1 on 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Watson, Newton, and Leach due up here. Again, we appreciate all of the folks that made it possible for us to come up here and be a part of this. That one off the plate. Got to find a way to secure that camera a little bit better so it's not jumping and bouncing and bouncing and jumping out in center field. Swung on there and down on strikes, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout on Watson by Abby Dagro. That will bring 9-hole hitting Newton to the plate. She's 0 for 1 at a strikeout. 4th strikeout of the day by Dagro. Again, we told you 8-9-1 due up in this one, so the top of the lineup sitting there. That bunt is popped up and comes straight back. Sacrifice bunt scores a run. Calvary leads it 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. So we'll get back over here where we're at. Back fires this one, swung on and missed, and down on strikes, and back-to-back Sabine State Bank strikeouts. That is the out number 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Newton down on strikes for the 2nd time, and Leach now will stand in. Anna Claire will step there. She is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Leach has scored 2 runs on this one on the day. That one lifted high, going to stay in play, it looks like. And the out is made, and that will be out number 3 here in the 3rd. So 1, 2, 3 go the Lady Wolverines in the bottom of the Quitman in the bottom half of the 3rd. We move to the top of the 4th when we come back. Back to work we go here in the top of the 4th. Dagro, Verga, and Sanchez due up for Ponchatoula. They represent 1, 2, and 3 in this lineup. Dagro, of course, or 2, 3, and 4, should I say. Dagro 1 for 1 with the solo shot back in the 1st inning. And good curveball, just ducks back into the right-handed batter. And, wow, that's just an impressive pitch from Lampkin. Rocks back and fires this one again. That time it hits her on the head. Let's go back and look at that one prior to that. Good curveball, just ducks back into the right-handed batter. Last one, she started it out a little bit in the middle. Just an impressive pitch from Lampkin. Way back in there. So back to live action we go. I think we can see just a bit of it again. Watch that curve break right back in. Good curveball. That's just good work. So base runner down at first. And Lily Verga will step in. Machado is in to run forward the pitcher, Degro. So put Abby down on a hit by pitch. Game 2 of 9 this weekend that we're going to bring you here on 446 Sports, the Pelican Softball Report. That one now goes the other way. See, that's just tough on these hitters to get it. You don't know if it's coming in or out. Then she'll throw that changeup to you as well. Oh, yeah, the fastball's pretty good. That one lifted high and back, way back, and it is gone. Lily Verga, a 2-run shot. Goodness gracious. Comes across there. And Lily Verga, a 2-run shot with it for you. Man, let's get those 6-3 in this one. Lily Verga with a 2-run shot. And it's 6-3 here in the 4th. We do have that one. We'll look at it again following this play. That one just off the plate, and let's go back now. Softball report. That one now goes the other. And take a look at that one. Well, we may have missed that one, so we'll get back to it here. We'll get back to it momentarily. That one fouled back and out of play. Let's fix this before we do so that it doesn't talk over what we're doing, but we've got that one queued up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sanchez. 6-3, the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. You see that? Degro and Verga both home runs. Boy, and there's that good-looking pitch. Let's go quickly and look at that home run. Just hammered it, and you see it there fly away. Back to work we go here. Swung on and missed, and down on strike she goes, and that's the way to come back from giving up a home run. That's a Sabine State Bank strikeout. Instant replays tonight brought to you by, make sure I don't lose who that's brought to you by. Rachel Shively, clerk of court, is bringing you everything in this game. That one's lifted behind the dish, and Ponder's going to have that one for out number 2. So you go up and get that one. And that is, as we said, out number 2. Swung through that one and missed. Good-looking pitch there from Lampkin. Lampkin's had a pretty good game, but she has given up home runs to Dagro and Verga. And that's the way that Ponchatoula has rolled. Good glove across. They'll have to go all the way across the diamond. Guyot's got it. Good work by Maggie Guyot across at third base. She gloves that on the backhand side and comes back with that one. We'll go back and let you look at that one. See if we have it, if we've got to move it a little bit. But that's that's what in between innings are for. Watching a little bit of that last one that went through. As we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning. And you'll see that play. That's what we're waiting on. This is that replay. Look at Guyot grab that one behind the bag, and across the diamond she goes for the out. See, when it works for us, it does what we want it to do. Just gets a little finicky at sometimes. This is bottom of the fourth we play. 2 home runs. That's another $10 in the total. That is 40 that we are in, and delighted to do it. And hopefully they hit about 30 or 40 this weekend. We would love to make that donation to St. Jude. Good looking fastball in there for the strike. Gets the sign now, rocks back and delivers this one. That one lifted high. It's back, and it is another one that is gone. Well, they just continue to do damage over here, and that is another one for the total. Maggie Guyot, home run for Hope herself. How about that one for Maggie Guyot? Let's take another look at it. See the left-handed hitting Guyot getting things back on one swing. She fires that one up and away, and that makes it 7-3 here. Hallie Kate Pullig will step in. And that is how you do it on the Home Run for Hope weekend. All the proceeds, remember, go to St. Jude's. That is home run number 5 of tonight on this field alone. That one ripped the other way, and that's going to get up into the playground, pavilion number 5. So home runs from Dagro and Verga for Ponchatoula. Guyot has one for... Guyot's got a triple, and she's got a home run. She's 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. Pullig takes that one up and out of the zone. Ball and a strike. Seven to 3. We play bottom of the fourth. Wanting a new softball in there. And again, that wind is gusting out now. I don't think that had anything to do with the home runs that have been hit tonight, as they have all flown out of the park. Quitman leads this one 7-3. Guy out with a triple and a home run today. That was smoked on a laser down the line and just foul. Just a loud strike is all that is. My goodness, though, Coach Justin was ducking and covering, and that went like a shot between third base and Coach Justin. Boy, we're up here in shorts and short sleeves, and I'm starting to see people get the blankets and coats out. This could make for a difficult walk down to the car later. We told you it was going to be that way tomorrow. It is that cool front's coming in tonight. That one kept fair down the line, or down between short and third. And Hallie Kate's got herself another base hit too. And boy, the hits starting to stack up in this one. Hallie Kate finds herself down at first base and on a 2-for-3 evening. And Ponder will step in. Doug Gann with 446 Sports alongside of Nick Morrow on camera tonight. Speaking of camera, our gal Zoe Fitz is out and about getting plenty of photos tonight. She'll have that posted probably tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow midday sometime. Make sure that you go out there, and you'd be surprised at how inexpensive the memories from this tournament are. You can go on there and download one or the whole gallery. Get the gallery because the pricing works itself out that way. That one is up and going to go off of that roof that covers the third base bleachers. And that's a ball and a strike. Quickly, let's get out to Shreveport, where Calvary and Pineville, and Calvary busted it open there in the 6th inning. They put up 5 runs, and they win that one 7-2. We'll give you some specifics here in a minute as that one gets up and out of the zone. And Hallie Kate's going to find herself down to second base. Still nobody out in this. Lawrence Civils, 2 home runs. Baylor Bachhaus gets a home run. Kinsey Anderson, 12 strikeouts on the day. And Calvary now moves to 27-0. We will see the Lady Cavs here tomorrow. They'll be here. Up and out of the zone. 3 balls and a strike. Catches the corner there, and 3 balls and 2 strikes now. And Dagro, an opportunity to get out of this. Ponder stands in there. Ponder is 0 for 1 on the day. She has walked and has scored a run on that walk. The middle of the lineup, 2 and 3, doing it. Guyot and Pulig combined for 4 hits and 3 RBI, and that one banks around. And then don't forget, there's Brenna Lampkin, 2 for 2 with 3 RBI on the day. Three balls and 2 strikes as we play on in the bottom of the 4th is where we're at. You see that on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Rocks back and fires this, does Dagro. Ground ball is over to third where it's gloved, but foul. Dagro looks back in. She'll rock back and fire this one to Ponder. Ponder takes it down low for ball 4. And that'll put runners at first and second now. And Brenna Lampkin, who is 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. Lampkin with a double and a single on the day, and they'll get a runner over there for the catcher, Ponder. Baylor Bachhaus hit her 17th home run of the season there. Goodness gracious. And like I said, we'll see Calvary and their 27-0 record tomorrow for a couple of games. We knock off select Division I Pineville Lady Rebels. That one up and out of the zone. Boy, did you see that Walker-Santa Malt game last night? Walker wins that game 9-8 over Santa Malt. Walker a stranglehold on non-select Division I top ranking. That one misses out of the zone, and Dagro just laboring out there. Winfield with a 3-run home run from Raylyn Bartlett to walk it off. Carly Caskey gets another win. There's that changeup that we've seen. Just kind of drops off the table. It's in there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody down. We play in the 4th. Slow-moving fourth inning here. But Bartlett with a 3-run home run to beat North DeSoto 5-4 last night. Trailed 4-2 going into that one. Hence the 3-run walk-off home run. A lot of great softball. You know, you can catch up on all of those details on 446 Sports Facebook page. If you're watching here tonight for the first time, go ahead and hit that follow button. There is a walk that'll load them up. So that will put Lampkin on first. That's the third time she's reached base. This one 2 for 2 with a walk on the day, and Briley Bowers steps in. Bowers 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Boy, that infield is in, expecting some sort of a bunt from her. And that one misses up and out of the zone. Bowers and Williams and Watson, the next three due up. So rock back and fire this one, Will Dagro, and that one goes right down the plate. A ball and a strike to Bowers. Briley just wanting to get some contact on something. That infield trying to cut off a run at home. They come all the way up to the cut of the grass. Double play is out the window here. They're trying to get that lead runner at home. Swung on and missed, and Dagro doing her part to take care of it here. How windy is it out there, Doug, you say? That's how windy it is out there. You see the flag up at the top of your screen here. 3/4 of the way up your screen, blowing straight out. Swung on and missed, and a Sabine State Bank strikeout, and they try to get it back down to third and nothing doing. But that is the second strikeout of the day for Briley Bowers, and it'll bring Williams to the plate. She's walked one. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She's been on a tear hitting the ball as well. Nothing to show for it tonight, but she's been hitting a lot right at people. Takes that changeup off the plate, ball one. You've got to take care of it down here. You cannot allow this inning to keep going if you're Dagro and Ponchatoula. That one in there for the strike. Good-looking pitch from Dagro. Big shout out to our folks that are watching back home all around the state. If you're watching down in the North Shore, let us know about that. If you're in Central Louisiana, where we're from, leave us a message. Say hello there on our Facebook page. Three balls and a strike here to Williams. Good hitter's pitch. And she fires away at it, and that's the downfall of a drawn-in infield. One run comes around to score. We got another one coming around, and that'll be 2 runs across. They cut the throw off coming into home, but that's a couple of runs, and that's a 2 RBI single for Zoe Williams, and add a couple of runs to the home side, and it's 9-3 in this one, bottom 4. They'll substitute Williams out and get another runner in. But, well, I'm telling you, these 3-1 pitches are tough to deal with. As a hitter, that's right where you want to be. Let's go back and if we can see that hit by Zoe a moment ago, and we'll take a look at it after Watson bats. Williams is out, so we'll get that courtesy runner for you momentarily. Dagro rocks back and delivers this one here. Swung on up and out of the zone, but strike one. Let's quickly jump back and take a look at that hit from Zoe. We may be a little bit off of it. 3 balls and a strike, so it's coming. So we'll jump back to live action and get you over there to that base hit she had a moment ago. Dagro rocks back and fires this one up and out of the zone. Runner off, and they cut that throw. As a lot of times they do, just to try to see if you can get something going at home. Nothing happened there, but runners are at second and third. Watson, the eight spot hitter there, fouls that one off. Well, they're saying it's fair. It's going to be thrown down the line. One run is coming around to score. Another will do that as well, and the big inning keeps getting bigger. And Watson, they're going to wave her all the way across. Play at the plate is not in time, and she's safe. And they're gonna try to. They're calling time, wanting to go out and think that was a. Thought they had called foul ball. And the catcher's going out to talk near the home plate official or near the field official, and boy, she is livid from behind the plate, and you don't normally see that. They'll talk about it a little bit, and he's saying that he called time, and boy, look, this is one of those that I've got to believe is going to come back, because very adamant about saying that home plate lifted his hands and said foul, and that's what you see Coach Harper talking about right there. And he is beside himself there, but that'll be an error, and 3 runs come across to score. That will be 3 runs that come in, and it is now 12-3, opening it up here, and they are still visibly, he's not through with it yet down the first baseline. Getting him a little bit more, and he is still livid. This is one of those that he might not finish this game inside, and that's a hill I don't think you mind dying on right there. Looked like he had both the hands raised. And the big inning keeps getting bigger for Quitman. That is now 6 runs here, and that'll get you back to Staggs, who will bat. First time that we have seen her tonight. That hit by Zoe that we saw earlier, let's take a look if we can at that scored a couple of runs. You saw it just go right by the, back to live action we go. Look, that's what happens when that one misses as well, and a ball and a strike. That drawn in infield, and look, he is livid, and this is one of those opportunities. Let's get you back and let you look at this. He's going to wait until home plate umpire comes out there, and might want to zoom in on this one a little bit, because as soon as home plate goes out there, Coach Harper's going to get his money's worth out of this next one. Yeah, that's good. Wouldn't surprise me if he waits out there to the very last minute and lets home plate come out there. This is one that has went sideways in a hurry. And home plate's not wanting to go out there, and now you just don't see this, and that's what shocks me. First base is going to go out there and have him hurried along, and you never, ever, ever see that unless you know that he's waiting out there for it. Look, I'm telling you, I have never seen Coach Harper this passionate, and he's still talking about raising the hands on there. And man, I've got to believe I'm right there with him on it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still only 1 out here. Nobody on. Swung through that one and missed, did Staggs, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Down on strikes, and that's a Sabine State Bank strikeout. Out number 2, and that gets us back up to Leach at the top of the lineup. Dagro will rock back and fire this one in. Leach takes that up and out of the zone for ball 1. Well, you can't be fun at the old ball game, can you, Nick? That one lifted down the line and foul, and it's going to be a ball and a strike. Don't forget, coming up next, we've got a good one. It is the Chips of Archbishop Chappelle and the Lady Rebels of West Monroe. That game is coming up next. That one taken down low, 2 balls and a strike. Again, this one brought to you by Rachel Shively, Clerk of Court here for Jackson Parish. We appreciate Clerk of Court Shively there helping bring this action to you. That one lifted foul and back out of play, and that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But you see it, it is 12-3. 6-run 4th inning. You know, if you're Quitman, you're trying to get one more pushed across to give you an opportunity in the 5th to get out of this thing. That one up and out of the zone. And I do appreciate plate official not running Coach Harper in this one. He was visibly irate, and a lot of times they don't run them. It's a good indication. Swung on and missed and down on strikes, but 6 runs come across. Let's take a look back earlier in this one, and this is that play that was in question. Well, that's the stolen base prior to that, so we'll leave it here for just a moment. Let you look at it on the screen with us. And what Coach Harper was talking about was that it looked like, and you see him go up and put his hands up, and that's where the chaos ensued, is that he's saying, look, you put your hands up and you called foul ball on this. Now, that's the Gaillot home run. So, anyway, you saw it, and look, plain as day, saw the hands go up, and that's what has him so visibly aggravated in this. And, man, that's a tough one. But things happen, bang, bang. Top of the 5th, we play. Due up for Ponchatoula here in the top of the 5th. Bayhem, B-O-I-H-E-M, and I'll have that down for you by tomorrow. Nobles and Blackwell due up in this one. And that ground ball is over to Gaillot at 3rd. Across the diamond, she goes to 1st, and 1 up and 1 down. That'll get Nobles to the plate. Swings there. 12-3. Quitman leads Ponchatoula in this one. And, boy, we got to start looking at our LV5K player of the game, as that's going to be announced following this game. Guyot 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. Pulig 2 for 3. Lampkin 2 for 2 with 3 RBI, and it's pitched to Jim inside. Ball and 2 strikes here to Nobles. Up and out of the zone. Swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Nobles, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout. Lampkin having a day. That is strikeout number 8 for her. 4 2/3, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 of them, all of them via the home run. No walks on the day. Lampkin also 2 for 3, 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBI. And that one there for a strike. Marley Blackwell, the left fielder, stands in. That one called a strike, and 0-2 quickly. That one lifted out to second base. Hallie Cates got it there, spins it, drops it, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down, 4. Ponchatoula in the top half of the 5th. We will move to the bottom of the 5th. Due up, Maggie Guyot, Hallie Kate Pulig, and Ponder when we return. Back here in the bottom of the 5th we go. Again, this one brought to you by Clerk of Court Rachel Shively. Make sure that you tell her thank you for helping bring you this Quitman Tournament. Quitman Tournament is brought to you by DHT Specialties. Of course, a big thanks out to Paradise Funeral Home. Couldn't do anything. Pardue Builder Supply. Check out PardueBuilders.com for all your building supply needs there. We couldn't do it without any of these folks. They stepped up right away and took care of things for us. Back to action we go on this home run for hopes type of a night. Maggie Guyot has already got a contribution from us here. Quitman looking to add a run on here, and that would end it. Minute and 28 minutes into this, or an hour and 28 minutes into this one. That one lifted high, that one lifted way back, and that one's going to walk it off. Maggie Guyot doing it big time one more time, and that will end it 13-3. Maggie Guyot with the solo shot to center field. I don't think the wind had anything to do with that one. And you'll see her. Let's back that up just a little bit, and you can watch. We'll take a look at that as players come off the field. Maggie Guyot one more time, walking things off to center field, and that launches our player of the game. It'll be Maggie Guyot, our player of the game, and let's get that announcement after we go off the air. For my man, Nick Morrow, I am Doug Gann. We'll see you back for Game 3 here in just a little bit. You'll have to start a new signal on that, but your final score tonight, 13-3.